Hey, okay, it's July 2nd. I don't know what happened, but I can take a guess on what likely happened because again, this has never happened before, but um I can take a guess considering the animosity, the behind the scenes animosity that I get from other people. It doesn't matter, it really doesn't disrupt anything because it's all about intention. Centuries ago, it's we didn't have things like the computer and a camera and whatnot like that. So um it doesn't matter if what I have wasn't like, seen by people, as long as my intentions had showed and my action had showed that I was doing something, that I committed with something when it comes to fulfilling or executing a task or even putting forth an effort to it. Then um like historically, and I also go by like, astrology, or at least by like, astronomy. Like the intentions matter. Like I set it out there. I started this on July 1st, even though my computer had shut down. The intentions, boom, set. I put in action, boom, set. So I'm good. So July 1st. It was just a personal thing that I wanted to do. Because I was just like, hey, look, I want to show you my makeup for, officially yesterday, and what I did. So I did that. Boom. Even though my phone, not my phone, my laptop got interrupted and it got shut down. Um, not by my not by my doing, but the streaming got interrupted and the computer shut down by itself, and then it had got rebooted, and it was doing some bunch of awkward stuff. And I can only imagine, or easily guess, uh, what factors had interfered with the communication that I was intending to do with you guys right now and tonight. So, hey, what is going on? um, yeah, yesterday was nice enough. Wasn't anything too bad. I got my nails done because I don't know what part had cut off in the other video, but I wanted to have like just kind of see, pardon me, what nails would be nice and jazzy. I mean, it's already July, but I thought this would be really cute. This color. I'm going to do this again, or at least I want to do this again for Barbie movie. So it's so cute, and it's messed up, so I'm gonna have to do it again. But in the meantime, I'm probably gonna do like a nice little gel set for the for when the Barbie movie comes out. And speaking of which, I don't know what part got cut off, but it was just like I was talking and discussing about my interest with the Spider-Man movies. I do like them. I do like them. I do like them. And I saw the latest one yesterday. So the latest one yesterday, and it did not disappoint. I really liked it. It was very thrilling. There were some things I was just like, but overall, it was good. So hello, hi, oh, hi, baby. Of course, he wants miss. Hi, Muffin. Hi, baby. Hi, Muffin. Those big old eyes. And Leela just pounced down so you can hear her. She's like, oh my god. He hears Leela. He's like, no, please let me go. She has an attitude. All you can see is his eyes. Look at this. Oh my god, he looks like some type of alien dust bunny. Oh boy. Yeah, you look beautiful. You are beautiful in every single way. What's gonna bring me down? He's like, but put me down. He doesn't feel well, my little baby. Look at him. What's wrong? What's going on? Hey, hey. Where did she go? Is she? It's really difficult having dark colored pets because I've mistaken them for clothing, shadows, wigs, So this is very awkward. Leela has a hairball right now, so if you heard that, that was her. Here you go. Go to bed. Go sheep sheep. Go sheep sheep. Lily. Lily. We're going to take a commercial break right now. Thank you for a moment as I try to look for the little paper thing. And please be entertained by the faint or fading sounds of Girl from in Panama, song by I Don't Know. Really, guys? Like, as soon as I get on the computer, now you want to, like, now you want to, guys, want to just, like, get my attention? Come on. Where'd you guys go? Honestly, now I just... Did you go? You didn't go. You just wanted to hack conveniently right by the door. Conveniently. You can do that all day. I'm so done with you. Sebastian, if you want to like leave, then please do. I swear to beans. You guys were not bothering me. You guys didn't want anything until streaming. All right. Okay, yeah. Hi, what's going on? So, I just really hope that in the future, you know, God willing, I turn into a mother, like, you know, human children. It's just, these cats, I tell you, they're just, oh, brother. They're so clingy. You know, the good thing about, you know, the difference between having pets and kids is just like, kids will grow older and hopefully won't be as clingy. But then again, I do have a fucking nation. Not even. I have more than that of grown ass people on my fucking ass wanting my energy and getting money off of me. So yeah, I don't know. It just seems what's worse, clingy pets or codependent ass people that are wanting to sabotage me and ostracize me and taint my fucking character because they can't grow up. You know, you would think that material things and whatnot like that or possessions would, you know, fulfill somebody, but I'm just doing me. I'm literally just minding my business, doing my own thing, and unprovoked. People just want to just try to interfere with that. Crazy. No, seriously, it is crazy. But it's just like, bro, like, and girl, like, get it together. Like, obviously, none of the stuff that you want to like impress other people with is making you happy, sincerely. So why do you need to even try to like bring up my name, even in a casual setting? Like, why would anybody need to bring up my name? Like, oh, well, have you heard about so and so? Like, yeah, like, la la la. And it's a lie because I'm still I actually need to write an email to the mediator because apparently that's what that's what the judge had told us since I filed a report against them and we went to court. So so here are just like some videos, live action, because the court thing was on the 13th. And if you need to see, it's just like, okay, hold on. Bam. Bam. Yeah, look, June 13th, 427. And if like, I know people like make up stuff, but it's just like, hold on. Like, where can I find the details about this information? Yes, I am that old. Leave me alone. like where do you find the details? Yeah, I like this. Yeah, hold on. Okay, hold on. So bam. I am. This is ridiculous. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. That's what it means. I'm just. Wait a minute. I think this. Bam. And oh, here we go. Bam. Sorry, sometimes I have the attention span of a cat. I'm just like, oh yeah, you know, I did look really pretty right here. So hold on. So, God damn it. Okay, hold on. Is this better? Yay, la la. Okay, bam, bam. So here we go, bam, bam. Because I wanted people to just remember like exactly the situation. So, and people were thinking that this is unlike my abusers. This isn't some type of doctored video. It's like no, I wanted to prove this because eerily, the people who I've cut off like years ago are still saying that I'm in their like I'm still in their life, and that's really gross. That's really gross, and obviously I know it's for an intention to stay connected and to get benefits off of me. Plus, I hear some very illegal activities that have happened, but of course, because they work with government people, it's really hard to get the complete evidence for this. So I have enough evidence, but since I've literally went to police stations, and because some of them are dirty cops within the state of New Jersey, Trenton, they're really being assholes, and they'll do that whole fake thing about like, oh, like we're trying to help you, but like they triangulate information, and so it's very condescending. Again, this is a small town, but like this is a small town, but it's big enough for people to just try to like play dumb. Like, okay, hold on. So hold on, wait, right here. Bum, 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 bum. We're just gonna push play. Where I was just like, yo, so you guys won't be lying and stuff like that. Ugh, pardon me, because I had a lot of things in my hand too. So wait, where it go? Wait, how does it go? Yeah, cause see, look, there's my little yellow of like all the evidence and whatnot like that. God damn it, woman! Like, there's all the evidence and stuff like that. Okay, so bam, I posted this on Twitter so that way you guys would know and like can see. Let me just gonna put up the brightness. Bam. Okay. Okay. So okay, thank God. Oh my God, it's so nice when I'm like trying to show people something, and it's like, boom. Okay, hold on. So, girl, get it together. Get it together. Get it together. It's okay. So, boom, boom. Sebastian, not now. Okay, I mean it. I mean it, Mister. Okay, so again, this is the video that I had shown on Twitter. So obviously, as you can see from there, that is the creepy ass person who I cut off many moons ago. And hold on. So boom and boom. And that is my sister on my father's side. Okay, now you want cuddles? Dude, quit it, quit it, quit it, go away. Like, honestly, quit it. But hold on, before I don't want you guys to thinking, unlike them, hold on. Oh, come on. So unlike them, wait, let's just play this one more time. I know I don't mean to annoy you, but I'm a very details person, and I'm a valid person. So yeah, again, June 13th. Here's the situations. Here's the situations. Apologies that I got distracted by my little annoying cat who is giving me sad puppy eyes right now. I can feel the eyes, Sebastian. I can feel the eyes. Wait, can you guys see? This is really difficult. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, so this is again, like I've disowned these people and look at them, very smug and stuff like that. The sister wives, practically disgusting, and the guy who has literally gotten money off of me too, who has a life insurance policy on me. So it's really gross to know that these people who are related to me and people who I grew up with, a person who I grew up with, and wanted and asked to be my friend and smiled in my face, but talked a whole bunch of crap behind my back. Sebastian, I mean it, has done all this stuff to get all the material. Mister, has gotten all the material wealth, mostly initially from me, and is now only doing this stuff to just fuck with me because this person is very insecure and jealous for and they'll be like, "Oh, jealous for what?" And it's like, exactly. You do nothing but try to copy me on everything and then try to just like throw it in my face. And I'm like, what is the reason? Like, I haven't done anything to you in order that was like disrespectful or malicious. So this is like when I found out like what this shit like what shit was going on, it was extremely it was extremely disappointing, very unattractive. And to know that there are people that's gonna go into another conversation. I just want to first show you this display of this bitch cheesing like an idiot that she is, this clown ass bitch, and somebody who I grew up with. People who are just extremely fucking corrupt. But it seems like, the scheming and whatnot like that is the wave. Gross. So fucking gross. And petty. You can never laugh or make a party big enough that'll make me think that, you got one over or that this is the wave. This is like, hold on, first, let me just, completely boom, 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 boom situations. I'm gonna do the eye thing and boom, boom. To God damn it. Oh, one day, girl, you were gonna take a seminar on like how to do this. Tuesday, like, okay, let me show you for my phone. Tuesday, June 13th. God damn it, woman. Oh, it's ridiculous. Tuesday, June 13th, 2023 at 4:27 p.m., which is what, around the court date, the court time. What is this? Apple iPhone 14 Pro Max. Here we go. No lens information. I don't know. Do you guys speak Apple? No lens information. 1080p. Is that something? 1080p. Look, I mean, I do videos, but literally everything, including my makeup, is by God's good grace. Okay. So whenever like you see me edit videos, like, on my YouTube video or when I have like these out, it's by God's good grace. I don't know the schematics. Like you tell me when you make a burger, do you know everything about, hamburger meat? I don't think so. You just know the basics. You know what you need to know. So I just wanted to just kind of show you exactly like this isn't something that's edited. This is literally from the camera itself. So HEIC. Yeah, I really don't know fully like what that means. It says Dolby Vision. I don't know. I'm looking for something that maybe just says like, hey, look, this isn't edited. So it's like, yeah, 30 pp 30 fps 0024, no lens information, img 1518. Yeah, nothing edited, nothing to adjust. I know just somebody right now like who is like really either really young or a video expert is just like, oh Jesus, like she's just so pure with this. And I'm just like, yo, look, I mean, I gotta honest, I don't know exactly what the deal is. I was just trying to show you the authenticity um of this content and the maliciousness of people who literally betrayed me. So it's not like, oh yeah, like you should have known better. No, these people. Okay. Do you hear this? I mean, I'm not over here trying to make this up. There's literally a little critter with huge eyes, wombat eyes, owl eyes, chirping at me. Yes, because you're lying. Bana, 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 bana. Get over here. I'm so sorry. Oh, now you want to. Oh no, you won't. Oh no, you don't. Would you please? Would you please come get your man? Come get Leela. Come call your get out. The door has always been available. I need a moment. These little pictures. It's crazy. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's something within me that really attracts animals and people to just be like so freaking clingy. It is just this is the moment where I talk into my cup. Okay. Jesus juice. Okay. That's a little sippity sip. I really like this. I haven't had a drink in a very long time. And I had me a little bit of wine, or as I like to say, a fruit salad. Okay. I've had some fermented fruit salad. So that's like 8%, like 7%, 7 or 8% alcohol volume. Because I can't. I'm the kind of person who likes to have like low. Oh no, Sebastian. I showed you guys this before, but like whenever I hold them, I got like their fluffies. It's Attack of the Fluffies right now. It's Attack of the Fluffies. But we move. Okay, but we move. So you know what's really interesting? And not interesting in a very let's like you know what's really pathetic is when people boast about oppressing others. It's even worse if it's, the people that, were close to you. Because you just end up looking like a fool yourself. Now, don't get me wrong, depending on who you ask or who you tell, some people might actually go for that, which is why it's not uncommon that somebody betrays another person, especially one that was close to them. Yesterday, I it's crazy when you see people just kind of boast that they get money from selling you out. And you can look this up on online on Google, but it talks about like slave trade. Oh, by the way, I use regular nail polish, so like this isn't a gel, but yeah, I got like a regular manicure. Sorry, so that's why like my nails are messed up. But yeah, he's holding up like two fingers, like bartering with the settlers as he's selling an enslaved person who looks just like him. And again, and again. Women, men, children, and again. So it's like, how are you coming? Like, how are you presenting yourself when you want to try to talk down on me? And I was the one who actually saw you at your fucking lowest. You met me at a position where I grew up in a position that was higher than yours. And I didn't make you feel lowly. I had your back. I fought for you. Like, as a friend, as a sibling, as a fucking daughter. Mom trashed your name because, you were a piece of shit. When you knocked her up, you also were sleeping around and cheating on her. I remember the day because, mom used to hang out with, the mom with her light skinned self. She used to hang a lot with the Latinos. So, that's where I got my affinity for knives because my mom was going to she was going to. She was gonna do some things. Let me just say she was gonna do some things. But got my dad so scared that he called her father, and the father came picked her up. That's the yeah. Well, while she was still had me in her belly, like my mom didn't play. My mom didn't play. Like yo, from the suburbs, yes, but it was just like she didn't play. It's so wild for people to think that I would be intimidated by a Gemini and Sagittarius. And there's like people were there was this funny behind TikTok that was talking something about like it was just like you can't bully me because because I'm a mean girl too. Or like no, I'm a former mean girl. And I had put an asterisk where it was just like raised by a meaner girl. So it was just like for all the shit that you've done and all the recklessness and you basically played your own self out, you know, what did you the things you had to do that you don't discuss to get where you are was very extremely degrading. And I'm not talking about just crossing me, but things that you've done that you had to have other people try to encourage you or speak up for you in a way that seemed like redeemable, but it actually just brought them down too. Um, it's sad. It's sad not in a way where I'm gonna feel sorry for you because you did that with the intentions to hurt me and try to make me feel bad, especially like and also some other people. And I was like, for what reason? For an unjust, unprovoked reason. I literally still have like in my history about me congratulating you on your success, not knowing until many years later you got that success off of doing some very duplicitous, criminal, and disgusting things, and backhanded things too. So yeah, no, there will never be. I'm picking off like cat hair because he's so fluffy. Um, there'll never be a day where you actually will catch me like respecting you or finding anything that was admirable about your disgraceful ways. And I'm not going into length about like what those were, not yet. But I will talk about like what you did to me for no fucking reason and what you continue to do because you don't need to have my name in your mouth. I'm moving, accordingly with what resources that I have, and there are people who are out and about in the streets still watching me. So whenever they watch me, they subscribe to me through you guys. They're getting like you guys are still getting paid as well as the government. But me, I'm over here still like destitute. This is the house that I had got when I was a young woman, around like 19, 20 years old. Fixed it up, all that stuff with my money. When it, when the, I want to say my father or my dad, I don't know which one is just like more loosely connected, but it's that term because this person has literally been nothing. Most of for most of my life has been a hindrance. The times when he did try to step up, were very few, but still I remembered. So that's why I was just like, yo, I'm not gonna disrespect you for those moments because you did try to show up for me. But at the end of the day, you failed as a parent and you sold me out for no fucking reason, just for money and because I wouldn't want to take care of you anymore. When I was a kid, I helped take care of you and I spoke up for you and I made you feel like an amazing parent because I had all my accolades and just because I like, your own siblings, it's really crazy how just history starts repeating because my father, dad, whatever it says, um he used to always live with women. Like he was the womanizer. So he would live on the couch initially when I remember. He would live on the couch with his sister who passed away. She thought I was her favorite for a very long time. Aunt Cheryl. She passed away, or perhaps was killed by them for insurance. I'm not going to say if that was. I'm not going to say that that was exactly what happened. I'm just saying that she died extremely young, and supposedly they don't know. And then it just seemed very coincidental that just a couple years later you wanted to put me on your life insurance for whatever reason, and and I'm perfectly healthy, and yet you're also doing this very schemy and backstabbing things behind my back. And there's also an ongoing trail of you guys like wanting to have health insurance and opportunities and ways you can take people's money. It's just like it's gross, man. It's really gross. And not only that, but again, you sold me out. So I was comparing Mark. I want to just say Mark. I'm comparing Mark's likeness to David's because they both were people who were just trying to prove themselves to family members who didn't fully respect them and who had underestimated them. Meanwhile, here I was, the one that was always getting the accolades and the good grades and things like that. I had more favor, basically, and like I knew it. And I was just like, yo, like with me being next to you, I know that, people won't look at you. I mean, for what it's worth, it was like people won't look at you like, look down on you, basically. Cause, at the end of the day, you be like, yeah, well, I raised, like you could have said like you raised a good daughter, but you didn't raise her because I live with my grandmother and my mother. But it was my grandmother who helped raise me. Um, yeah, so it was just like it's something saying to like to at the end of the day, I got Shalice basically, and I'd be like, yo, I got you too. If you needed some money, I remember a few times when I did give you money when you didn't have anything, and I remember just trying to be that person that everybody was leaning on because that's who I was ever since I was like, in freaking elementary school. So it just maintained over the years. And eventually, people were asking just too much of me because, I'm of age. My mother had passed away. My grandmother, she was taking care of my other brothers. I only wanted to just check in on her. And I had aspirations and goals. Unfortunately, because my family members were asking a lot of me while I was in New York City at school at one of the top fashion schools in the country. That put a lot of like more responsibilities on me because nobody was helping me out. I didn't get the money. Um, what was it? I had to work. I had to work a part-time job, nearly full time, while going to school for the first time during my first year, and go see my grandmother and check up on her and get her out of her diabetic blackouts because sometimes she would get them often when we were young, when I was younger, and it was pretty dangerous because at the time my little brother was only like two, like 2 or 3, and I sincerely doubt that my other brother who was like 12, 13 or so, something like that, because he was like 7 6 7 years younger than me, so that's like, like let's see, 18, 12. So yeah, it's like 12, 13. So it's just like I'm just kind of remembering like the years exact because there's so many. Okay, Mark was like having so many kids, and so was Lisa. So it was just like it was wild and crazy. Okay, um, yeah. So like those were my responsibilities. Oh my gosh, Sebastian. Oh my gosh, yo, oh my gosh, like yo, I feel like oh my gosh. Um, I might have to check in later because but and there we go. And there we go. Can you guys see this? Like it's just like hold on. It's I'm just trying to like God damn it. Can anybody see this? It's like a really long it's a good enough long fluffy. And it was like in God damn it. It's hard to say. But just trust my word for it. It's just like okay. Can't really say it. But anyway. But yeah. It's mine. It's really ridiculous. Yeah. Son of a bitch. Ah. So yeah, so just to get the meat and potatoes out there, yeah, that's how it was with my father. And then I had met you know, the the guy who obviously can't stop saying awful things about me behind my back, which is insane. It's just like, yo, If you are in a relationship or anything like that should be like good for you. You should be worrying about that. I'm serious. Like I know for a fact I'm not the only person that you dated. So, but you wanted to, pick me out of the bunch. You wanted to pick me out of the crepe. Somehow I was the bad one. Like it's just so unbelievable. You would just be like, okay, that's really suspect. Like, bro, let her go. You're supposed to be happy, right? Let her go. It's so crazy. Like I cannot see me married to somebody who, I'm supposed to love, duh, and be like, oh, I just want to bring up this random woman who, who was formerly affiliated with this person, but I just want to speak about her all the fucking time. I want to just taint this person's character all the fucking time. And it's weird. It's so transparent and weird. Like, how would you like, I don't know how I would be able to smile or keep up a front of happiness when I'm like when I hear somebody literally just going at rand ad nauseum about some other woman, especially some other woman that is imitating. Like, that's so like it's like the idol or the muse. You feel me? Like, girl and boy, that is wild. Like you're mad at me for being I'm your muse, and you're mad at me because I'm over here minding my business, but because there's like surveillance cameras in my home for whatever freaking reason that's really unlawful and without my permission. And you're mad at me. You're the one that's making bank off of that. And I was showing you those pictures. Why? Because it was just the pictures of like the African um black people selling out black people. Because I looked up this quote where it was from Asada Shakur, and there was people who were non-black saying that there was people that were non-black that was saying and agreeing, many of them were agreeing about how people who are oppressed only want to just are only complaining that they just want to oppress others. It was something to that effect, and I was just like, no, that's not. That was years before I found out like what the fuck was going on with my life, like what was going on, how I was being abused. But I was just like, no, that's not correct. That's not correct. And I was just thinking, like, as black people, like, we are, oh God, it just seems embarrassing to kind of say now about like, the disadvantages that we had. But the whole time, my own people were selling me out. And to this day, a lot of them are giving me a bunch of again, not all, but not all. I love it's just that the number of like was it's just too many that have sold me out and are very attracted to wanting to stalk me, surveil me, and think that it's to my benefit or find it justified. Like not justified, but just like they'll make up any type of excuse to be inhumane. Inhumane. Look at this. It's just like I, hmm. It's not just about being a sellout. It's about being okay with me being abused across so many platforms that it's sickening and volatile, and it's being displayed in front of people who've oppressed us. So now they feel justified in doing what they've done to us. They're like, well, why? Uh, I was thinking of all people. I was showing you those pictures of people that were selling out way back when with the slave traders, and how people of modern times are okay with it and are thinking like, oh yeah, scheming somebody close to you or murdering somebody close to you is the wave if it's for money, and if it's not, and if you're not here for a long time, then you're here for a good time, and that's really sad. I wanted to show you something that the day that I had well yesterday, and I wanted to remind you guys like these are people, these are innocent people. These are people who didn't need to die, but they died at the hands of friends, people that were close to them, people that they trusted. for no fucking reason. Well, for whatever reason, it was really just like it was unjust. Like um, the punishment didn't fit the crime, and it's I have like seriously, I have fucking chills because I want to fight. Like that's just it's just wild, bro. It's really fucking wild. The fact that there's so many people that are easy to think that it's okay to betray, backstab, or plot against people that were close to people who had your fucking back, unsuspecting that people who would try to assault or attack them is the person that was closest to them. And again, like a dummy, I gotta admit, I gotta call myself out. It was just like I'm over here like black people, I don't know what's going on here, but like here's some information that I wanted to share with you guys in case you are befallen to this. And it turned out that a lot of those people were black, and they were saying some of them were in high positions, and they said, "We know, we just don't care." Shit, you not. They got advantages off my oppression and off my abuse, this unjustified cruelty, and they considered it a punishment for just either cutting them off or just lies and deceptions that were told by people I grew up with. So, but for the people who actually want me to have, my civil rights respected, you, I want my information to go to them. Like I want, like those are the people who I speak up for because I grew up thinking a whole different thing that isn't what people really honor nowadays. And in fact, I saw a young girl who says that she stays inside the house, and a lot of people were saying like like they don't trust anybody and this that here and a third, and that's so sad. That really is sad. I don't agree with that. I'm not saying for you to go out there and just be gullible and start trusting people to that extent, because there are people, seriously, if the fact that my ex friends, exes, and relatives that I disassociated and cut off have inspired people, many people, to do the same thing to the people that's closest to them. I can understand why you would not want to do the stuff. Whew. I can understand why you would not want to do that stuff. And that's why, I wrote the articles that I did, and I did the videos that I shared, because this is just like, it is insane. That is incredibly insane. Ugh, disgusting. Disgusting. The fucking disgusting. All right, hold on. Let me just, what was that? I I'm looking up human zoo, because this is basically what a modern voyeurism is, and this is really what I'm going through. As people try to smile in my face and all that other kind of bullshit, this is what they're doing and being okay and chummy with. This is like the modern version of a human zoo. But you guys just gang stalk me and follow, but you call it gang stalking, but you're really just following me out around, and you have like the surveillance camera to criticize me and to dictate what I'm doing. Oh, be careful what you're spending, but you're also taking money away from me because like you're stealing it, and you're not contributing anything but just your 2 cents. And obviously, I can't do anything with that because it's ABC shit that I can pick up off of Google, Pinterest, or go to a bank teller and get that information. But it's damn sure nothing that I can actually use or utilize, and it's not useful for like anything immediate. Like it's literally stuff that I already know, or I can go find somewhere else. We have Chat GBT and other AI kind of apps and whatnot like that. So Yeah, basically you're not fulfilling anything but just further abuse because you want to use verbal assault and verbal abuse in order to, yeah, I guess humble, not even humble me, but just try to make me feel down. And so why should I ever try to respect or consider your thoughts and opinions? And that's some real shit. That's some real shit. So yeah, hold on, 'cause it's better if I do it this way. So yeah, this is the dude that was in a human zoo for a good portion of his life. And they said that, he committed suicide. But it was just like if you were endured so much and yet you were finally like, released, it's just crazy. I mean, we have a history of slaves going through indentured servitude. It was just like, harsh, cruel conditions, and then finally being released. Like they didn't off themselves. But you're telling me that this young man who really wanted to go back home had offed himself, and it didn't really, it doesn't make sense to this day. It does not make sense. It seems like somebody had killed him. It really did, and they try to make it an accident. And anything goes, but especially back in the day when they'll make up a lie in order to try to like say some shit. Oh, they all like, they all some stuff. No, no, no. You didn't want to. This person was um the people who were showcasing this man. This person was their bread and butter. Okay. So when they couldn't make any more money off of him, they sent him somewhere and they took care of him. And I don't mean in a positive way. They X him out. It does not say that historically they said that he took him out, but it's just like, come on, like it just really makes sense that you can kind of conclude that that's what will happen. But I want to just make it clear that in the papers and one like that, like they said that he had committed suicide. When for me personally, I don't believe that. Somebody who literally goes through years and goes solo by being by himself and isolated and stuff like that, having to be like treated like this when he actually could have the opportunity to go back home. I mean, even though going back home there was like a war going on, and a lot of his village and people were displaced. There were black people in America willing to take him from the people who were selling him and showcasing him. I'm not selling him, but showcasing him. Willing to take him, like bring him in and educate him and things of that nature. So again, when you have like that, I'm just saying, I'll leave the history as it is, but it just look, come on, you know how people will be making up things. That's why I'm so very convicted when it comes to this. Like, look, I'm telling you exactly what happened, and plus, I'm showing you stuff that's like literally from the freaking source. Like, you feel me? Like, it's gonna be from the freaking phone. I'm gonna show you every little detail because, like, I am so. I've always been this way where like I need details, and I need details on details, and I need to make sure that I also am seeing and hearing you correctly because the person who's literally talking crap about me, they told me, I remember this from middle school. This is the part where I was like always kind of just like, I need second opinions. The first time um that person that's talking about me had got like another friend and was just trying to, I guess, like, because in middle school I became more popular. Like I was always, the tall one, with the cute little hair and what like that. But I had came more popular because I was slimming out, and you know, for some reason people really liked my personality. And I mean, well, not for some reason, but people really liked my personality. Like there was this young girl, she was so pretty. She's like, I think she was like she was Hispanic, but it was just like Gloria or something like that. I just know that her hair was phenomenal. Ugh. But yeah, she like wanted. She was just like, "Oh, mom," and I was just, like, she called me mom, and I was just like, "Come on now, like we're kids, okay? Like obviously not, but like but she would like give me like these cute little, like she made me this really adorable handmade journal, and it was so cute and pink. And I just remember the switch and how that other person wanted to behave when it came, to around me. So I guess she got jealous because she made a friend and she would just go on and on at nauseum about this other friend. And I'm just like, oh, that's good. Like, I'm so glad. Like, that, good for you. And the switch, like, it was like, I guess I wasn't giving them the attitude that they wanted, but I was just like, oh, okay, like, don't, I didn't really think that much about it because, to keep it a buck, I was more like naive. Basically, I just took a lot of things at face value, and the only bully that I thought that I had in my life was my mother. So it was just like, yeah, because I was always like an easygoing kind of person. So I didn't think that the person who called me friend and best friend and all this other kind of stuff was like an op. So one day she was so so she caught on the fact that I wasn't getting jealous, so she tried another tactic, which was protective. And she was telling me about a fight that they had, and I was just like, oh, okay, like, that's really unfortunate. And she was just like, yeah, like, they broke up, like, a friendship breakup. And I was like, oh wow, like, that must be really harsh. So I was just like, and she was like, yeah, but don't talk to her and stuff like that. I was just like, oh, okay. She was just like, yeah, she was like really mean to me. And I was just like, oh, okay. Like, I remember that because, hold on, I'll tell you why. The only reason why I remember that is because she decided to go back. Well, during that brief moment, the other girl was just like, "Oh, hey, Shalice," and I was just like, "Oh, hey," like, and like, you know, girl was like right there, and I was like, looking at her like, yeah, like, out of respect, because that's the kind of person that I am, like, out of loyalty and stuff like that. I'm just like, yeah, out of respect. Like 1 or 2 days later, they're back at it, friends and one like that, and that made it really freaking awkward with me. And it really only takes like one time in order for me to remember things in the bank of my mind, just be like, okay, this is something impactful enough. Like, when it comes to certain moments, it becomes impactful enough for me to just like watch out for. And I was just like, ooh, like, I've never seen this part of you before, but I'm definitely gonna look out for it. So when it came to them talking badly, or anything about, their family members, or any of their friends, and things of that nature, I was like, I just always just watch that, just always watch that, and I use my own second opinion and things of that nature before I made, like, before I moved accordingly. But I never tried to cut off another person again because of what person said, because it was just like, yo, if you're gonna keep going back, it's like, what, if you see somebody go in a relationship and they break up, or something like that, and they get back together, it becomes awkward, right? So I'm just like, okay, well, this is gonna become crazy. So I'm just like, yeah, like, I'm not going to, be unfriendly or untoward or awkward or silent around whomever you talk about. And I also don't feel comfortable. And I would tell her that too, which also probably set her off. I was just like, I don't feel comfortable you talking about so and so. I'm just like, well, why don't you go talk to them? Like, it just, as a middle schooler, I think probably because I, was always the one who was taking care of people. And during the middle school time, people would they would meet me, her and two other girls would dang, what was her name? It began with an A. Because I remember, like, they liked my brother, my older brother. Um, it's hilarious. So, but they came over to my place every morning, and I would be late. It was horrible. It was just like ridiculous. But I would treat them every day, practically every day, because sometimes they would be like, Shalice, we're just going. So whenever, like, we would walk together, I'm like, yo, do you want to go to the corner store? And I'm like, yo, like, just buy them stuff. Normally, my go-to was a cream soda, and the cream CNC soda, and like the little candy straws, and the white chocolate Hershey creams, cookie bar. I used to love those. And they would get, I don't know what they would get. I think it was like Dipsy Doodle chips or something like that. It was like, it was something. It was something. But I was like, yo, get whatever you want to, and let's go to school all the time. It was always on me. So I thought, like, this was not only a good way to have snacks, but this was also a good way for us to make friends, because it was just like, I was a giving person, and I found myself one day like having like sneaking like a little bit of food, and somebody was just like, "Oh, hey, what's going on?" I was like, "Yeah, like, do you want something?" It was like, "Yeah," and I don't know, we just kind of like it. It kind of opened up a door for conversation for people, and I could tell that person was jealous of me, making friends. So I was just like, "Yo, like, bet, like, why don't you just, start sharing some food?" And there you go. There you have it. I was doing it because, as always, I love food. So, and people were asking, so I was just like, yeah, like, why not? Like, the more the merrier. Like, kumbaya, whatever. um, let's see what else. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. In middle school, that's when I also had like my first dramatic kind of situation where I had left school early and I had left the class behind. Um, Girl was in the class, and I walked up to the side. I walked up the street. My grandmother was a crossing guard, so I walked up the street, sat on the stoop, and I saw like my cousin on my father's side walk up, and I was like, "Oh, hey, what's going on?" And he was very passive. Not well, he was reporting to me about how somebody was talking behind my back, and then it had literally the entire class talking behind my back. And I was like, "Oh, like, what the hell? Like, what do you mean? Like, what was going on?" And he was just like, "Yeah, I don't know." And it's just it it really is putting things in perspective about like, yo, if you hear somebody saying something really nasty about you behind your back, I'm so grateful for his name was Tequilin for saying that, but I wish that he would have told me exactly who it is. I know that can be a very scary moment because it's just like, okay, well, will she believe me if I like, if I said like, oh, it's your friend so and so, or if it was like your brother or something like that, so and so. Like, I understand how scary that moment can be because you could lose a friendship by just kind of like fully exposing some things, but they were very passive about it because they just don't want to say it. And I was just like, oh, okay, well, I'll go ask my friends, and they were just like, oh, I don't know, should have known right there. Should have known right there something was up, but I didn't think much of it because I was like, oh, at face value. Um, That's crazy. That's really crazy. That and it was like, oh, he was like, oh yeah, like the people were just like, no, someone had started and they were just like they were talking about you, and then other people were just saying, like, oh yeah, and the thing was very small. It was about like, oh, Shalise is like really sensitive, and like I I used to be a big crier back in the day, a big crier. Like literally, you could not give me a good story, a good a good commercial. Hell, I mean, it didn't have to be like a good movie. It was just like a movie. If a bird fell out of a nest, tears. It's I don't know. It's oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. It's so bad because once the hair goes on like on my face and I blow it away. I have the air conditioner on, so it's just like bloop. So it's just like, yeah, it's horrible. Oh my god. Son of a bitch. Yeah, see, it's like this little smells. Oh my god. I'm gonna need like two filters, bro. It's ridiculous. Anyway, what was I saying? Because this is like ridiculous. Ridiculous. Okay. So yeah, it was like, I'm just a sensitive yeah, I'm just a sensitive person. I'm more like, I wore my heart on my sleeve. I don't do that now, considering that I'm being heavily abused by the world pretty much. So that's really disgusting for people to be like, um, that's really disgusting for people to say like, oh, you should be more open and stuff like that. Like that's very predatory. That's something like I would never. That's something I would never display in front of my mother because she got off on that. And it's crazy because I saw a video of this man who was abused. He was kidnapped. Well, not excuse me. I don't think he was kidnapped. But he was taken somewhere, and he was abused in a room by this guy or like a couple of people. And there were other kids there that were also being abused. And it was just like you would get more punished if you would cry, but people punished you to cry. So it was just kind of very fucking sick and sadistic. And my mom, she when she had her moments, like, I would try to be like on my P's and fucking Q's and like naturally. So it was always a weird thing for me when she would, try to like antagonize me. And there were moments, I guess, like when she would have a bad day or she had a horrible relationship situation, she would want to try to take it out on me. And my grandmother, whenever she would be around, she was not having that. My grandmother was not having that. She was like, no, you will not touch the child. Um, so yeah, but like at moments when my grandmother was probably like, away or sleeping, probably at like the hospital because she was either too sick or she was just away. She probably out having the time of her life. Um, my mom would be there and she would, probably like have a mood swing and she'd be like, "Oh, I want to see you cry." I'm like, but she would hit me. Like it would be insane. So I'm just like, the guy had said it himself. It's like you learn not to cry, and people telling me on people passively trying to send the message to be an abuser and think that they have power over me, so telling me to cry, and I'm just like, no. Like if there's ever a moment where I need to cry, trust me, it is anger, and I have every right to be angry about my situation because there was no reason for me to have been in this situation in the first place, including for it to be delayed this long when it comes to justice, because justice delayed is justice denied. And so when other people who are very these weird sick spiritualists keep telling me some things, um especially with when you use religion in order to oppress me, it's very archaic to what our ancestors went through, and it's very disgusting, and it's abusive. It's manipulative. It's gaslighting, but you're just feeding into the silent puppeteering that again our oppressors have done to our race. So I mean, I have multiple races within me, but it was just like, yo, I identify as black woman. I am a black woman. So is it really out of pocket for you to kind of talk to me like I'm going to be a fucking idiot and agree? You may fool other people, but I think it's more that you fool, and I'm talking about religious people. It's more that you fool these people because they are opportunists too. They get a benefit off of watching me, off of being perverted, off of being disgusting, sinister, and trying to get any kind of emotional or financial benefit from watching me without my permission. So, yeah, when you tell me things like, oh, like, I should cry or I should be open to you, I just honestly, I want you to be one of the few first people to kill yourself or die or be killed because that is obviously what you deserve. If there was ever a moment, if I was, a fully white person, or a celebrity or something like that, you would have been like, this person obviously needs to be dead ASAP. When it comes to, when it comes to like talking out of your neck, saying that I need to give you feelings or that I need to tell, like, I need to listen to you under the conditions that I've been put in. Insane and fucking insane. I would never, 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 ever, ever. And you guys also want me so desperately to forgive, and I'm just like, no, I won't do that either. Yes, I am um a godly woman, but again, how I choose to practice my love for God is between me and him, because I've seen how you guys like to manipulate religion, not respecting that there are multiple denominations under Christianity. Like you do nothing but show your own selfishness and ignorance when you want to try to put one religion, mostly like just Christianity, or less like was it baptism, like above others. And I also want to say that there are videos around where it's just like people are trying to assume exactly how I want to practice my religion when I say that I'm spiritual. That's really gross. It's weird because like you guys will use some type of like folklore. Oh, she came out of dragons and this that like please stop that. Stop that. Leave that to HBO and to the TV writers. that really get, that are on strike right now, or get a paycheck from a company that is based in California. Do not try to give me a storyline, or try to provide misinformation regarding my religion, because that's a complete no no. That's a complete no no. Okay, I just said that I believe in God. Okay, I'm not saying that it's that here and a third is what I believe in, but just know that I respect God, and how I respect Him and how I practice, respecting Him and appreciating Him is up to me. Because a lot of times when I've seen people on TikTok and whatnot like that try to talk about, try to judge or criticize me passively, it looks very embarrassing for them. And it looks extremely perverted and disgusting, because you would have to have looked at me, and I know you would have to have fast forward or whatever like that, watching my naked ass body in order for you to try to quote some fucking biblical words or quote some passages. Like, get the fuck out of here. Okay? That's really fucking gross. I'm calling it like I said. So yeah. Um Here we go. It's a I'm just trying to see like on what kind of thing on my Facebook Messenger do you guys want to see? Because apparently there's so many people that were just trying to like, bash my character. And I'm like, all this was just like you guys being really fucking like sweet and nice to me. So, do keep up your lies on, how you guys were supposedly hating me when you guys were wishing me happy birthday, and, in my inbox and whatnot like that. Um, Trying to be all buddy buddy, just let me know exactly, when did you see, oh my god, the hair. When did you see me in a different light? I'm pretty sure it was when you had the ex-friend, chatting in your ear and just being very malicious. And all for clout, you guys decided to just double down and be corrupt. And here we are, where people have all this money and they're still not happy. They have all these earthly possessions, and yet they're still not happy. They want to still try to tear me down. For what reason? You make yourselves look like a fool, a complete and utter despicable fool. Not even a fool anymore. You just look really freaking evil. And I mean, that's what you guys have been like, practicing. You've been adopting, that evil spirituality. So it's just, I guess, congratulations. You still look like idiots, because this is like it did nothing but degrade who you guys are, and just really undid a lot of things. Undid a lot of things. So tell me exactly what it is that you guys want to hear about situations, because I will be back. Oh my god, I will be back about like things here of the nine. Wait, hold on. What did I wanted to go ahead and hear? So I have different type of apps and is there? I'm pretty sure there's a YouTube video for everything. I'm just kind of thinking for a moment. I'm just like, is there a YouTube video for like how to show this? I'm pretty sure there is. Pretty sure there is. It's ridiculous. All right, so here we go. What is it? What is it? Isn't it weird when you have to have like Oh goodness, this is so uncomfortable. It's so awkward having to just kind of mention like, okay, look. So yes, here we go. Can you guys see again? Hopefully by the time this. Oh, hold on. I want to show you guys what I have right here. I have an HDMI cable. Now that I do know something about, kind of. So I'm going to use the HDMI cable to hook up to another laptop, right? And so that way I can have. Do you see the screen in the background faintly? So that way I can make it more easier because I do believe that that's going to come out like easier for you to see. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. But unfortunately, it's not long enough. So I'm probably gonna have to like move this closer. Well, hold on, because if I'm gonna do that, then maybe I can do it. I can do it. Okay. So, but okay. Well, then like, it's just I have another like some other things that I have to do. Plus, I have a test coming up, math test. Like, okay. So. So I'm just kind of wondering when somebody thought that they were actually okay. So here it is. Wait. All right. So you saw right here as I was going into the app. Here, look, I go back out. Right? Okay, so bam. And bam. Okay. So I'm just gonna scroll down to the part where it has okay, I'm gonna scroll up to the part where it has kind of happy that there's like, not somebody that's like right here right now, that's that's a child because they'd be like, "Mom, you need me help? I got it, okay." But yes, help me out later. Like, show me there. This is just like, oh my god. All right. So yeah, here's where he first had his good God, man. Like, can you see it without it? See, I don't know how to make it where it's not like too. Maybe I can turn it. Wait, watch this. Watch. Bam. I'm just gonna. Oh, I turned down the what you call it. Like it was more than that. Okay, bam, and then bam. Okay. And then bam. Okay, wait, are you seeing this? It's better, right? Ah, got it. Okay, so yeah, so this was me to him. This was 2009, okay? 2009. Um, and we were together since, let's see, like it was around, definitely around like 2005, 2006. But it was a while. It was like, it was a good enough time. No, I wouldn't say 2005. I would definitely say like on the cusp of 2006. Nonetheless, because I always want to get it right. Like, yo, I don't want to, give you guys misinformation. But he was living with me, and I told you why. I gave you the backstory. So, but I just want to say, look, so it's really weird about these allegations, and where actually maybe I should show you the his thing. This is his original. Son of a bitch. You guys are like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. Aha. Okay, so I'm so sorry. All right, so boom, 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 boom. You see 2009 here? Do you see 2009 here? Do you see? Mm, ooh, the things I have on here, the things I have on here. Okay, hold on. So, do you have this? Look, I'm ashamed and embarrassed myself, okay? Because I have things on here where it says like an adoration. Okay, this is before I knew what kind of asshole he was. So, yeah. 2009. Can you guys see that? December 2009. This is like the transaction, but we were going with each other before then. So, yeah. So that's that. So, bam, la bam, la bam, la bam. Ugh. Here's 2020. Oh shit, I'm sorry, you guys. Hilarious. Bam, ba bam, ba bam, ba bam. And that's another thing. I'm just like, he's not the finest guy in the world. I'm like, yo, this is the thing. There's so you have TikTok, you have Instagram, you can just go outside. There's so many, obviously, because he's been a whore, but it's just like there's so many people out there that are just like, oh, if not just so many, but there's enough men out there that are just really like a fine piece of ass. Like not to the point where it's just like, I just want to like hit it and quit it because again, I told you about times when I had tried to have it like a failed one night stand. I swear, I'm a what do they call it? Serial monogamous? And I thought it was like what the first time I heard of that, I took it as an insult because the way I know the tone of the voice, the way how the person was saying it was supposed to be an insult. So but now I see the benefit of it. Considering where was I going with this? Yeah, it's just like, yo, like, bro, what the fuck? What the what? The reason how the situation got all out of hand is because I had, somebody smiling in my face, not just him, but it was just like smiling in my face who pretended to be a friend and has always had a long standing history of just being mean and just negative. So when I finally cut them off, they would just do things to like cry and try to victimize themselves. And I'm just like, okay, fine. And it was just like always like meeting me in my class or something like that. Like, oh, well, you have to judge me. And I'm like, this is crazy. This is really crazy. Fast forward into my adult life, it just became a lot more hints right before I like stopped being a friend. With me not having certain people around in my energy, it was more easier to see on how toxic this person was because it literally increased. And so I was just like, yeah, this isn't just not for me anymore. Like I just need for my own mental health to just, be by myself. And when they wanted to be like cute, I was just like, no, we're done. Like he was already skeeting. You feel me? We were already like done now. So yeah, no. Like, but you thought because of years of friendship, like that's another thing. People think because of years of like kindness and me caring that they can't be cut off. Sweetheart, it can happen. I picture it like this, and I think I've said this before. Just want to say it again. Just imagine, you're oh, it's like this is your other half or whatever like that. You guys are like stuck together like glue. And all of a sudden, some type of comet comes down on here. Somebody touches it, and boom, there's a benefit. Like there's an epidemic, and people are zombies. Now somehow this person is a stupid idiot and gets themselves bit or contracts whatever it is in order for them to be a zombie. And now this person has no sense or reasoning and wants to try to like kill or harm me. This person wants to like try to kill or harm you, and like this person is supposed to be your like somebody who you cared about. Hopefully you won't be that person. I know that there have been some but in movies, but hopefully you won't be that person who's just gonna like bite me so I can be with you. No, we had it's just like what they say with marriage, from is it something death? Obviously I didn't get married, so it's like something through health or death or something like that, but through like death is when the marriage ends. So technically, if you a zombie, same thing rides. You feel me, homie? So it's like, I mean, this is kind of a different kind of scenario. If like you're in heaven, it's like, oh, you died before me, and well, I died, and then I'm coming back, and we're just like, hey, we're just like whatever, just like chilling. I don't know how heaven is really going to go. I'm pretty sure we're not going to be like sitting on a nimbus cloud or something like that, or a cumulus cloud. Well, like a cumulus cloud, they seem more spacious. That's another conversation. But like yeah, if you were like a zombie, like obviously I would respect you, and I would accept nothing less if you wanted to just like because duh reasoning, like come on now, it's just natural. It's natural for you to want to just try to preserve yourself. Like, come on now. Like, when it comes to those matters, not for just like, I want what you have. Let me take it. No, it's not like that. Like, this is crazy, especially if you're actually a person who's willing to give you things to share, and you're just randomly like wanting to take something of somebody's without their permission, and it's even worse because Anyway, that is my point. When people are very curious and surprised, like, oh my god, I can't believe she cut me off. Believe it, bitch, because now you're a zombie. You're nothing but an infectious thing that is trying to off me. That's how I treat you. Okay. The closest thing that I wanted to have in my life died when I was in my young 20s, and I was my grandmother. So I'm just like, after that, everybody else can get it. Like, yo, you can get the fuck cut off. Okay. Like, you done. You done so. You go. That's what it gets for, like, I think she was like a double fire sign. Like me. So, okay. Um oh come on, like seriously? I'm wearing like literally no bra. Ah, no. they, they move. Hold on. Wait. I can do this. I like my boobies because they're not too big, not too small. But just right. Okay, it's not hair, honey. All right, well, I gotta try that later. Anyway, so yeah, this nigga in the audacities. So yeah, so again, this idiot, is just like, babe, love you, miss you, and I can't wait to hold you in my arms. Uh, oh, and this is what this guy did. Like, it's like, oh no, I hope she can help you. Because he had visited his mom supposedly, stuff like that. Let's self sensation. I'm sorry, really, like I feel so different now. I'm just like, bruh, like this. Mm, yeah, well, it's done so. Dun. Dun, Is this again? Is this a bunch of like cutesy? Oh wait, hold on. Actually, no. Let's go back. 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 Because this was like my dear John to him. Like, my goodness. Bam, bam. Really miss you. Can't wait to see you and get it. And did you get the pill? Yeah, because see, here's the thing: when you have a fucking womanizer as a father, you learn a few things. Like even when I was a kid, I was just like, no, I don't want to I don't want to be pregnant in school, and I made that promise to myself, and I didn't. I didn't give it up until after high school, that summer. And but that was like my own thing because my mom was such a bitch. I was just like, I just didn't want to become, like her. And that was like one of my things to do. But that was like my promise to just like not have, boom boom, as I used to call it, boom boom, um, in high school. And actually, there was a virginity pact. Mind you, I found out that I was the only virgin in that pact, so that was crazy. Apparently, the other ones did either went the full way or they did other things. So I was like, okay, okay. So it was kind of weird. I was like, all right, well then let me. And I knew just the guy. It was a guy who I always had a crush on. It was long term. Like we started off as friends. It was next door neighbor. He was so cute back then. Now he's just weird looking and creepy. It's like no. But that's how they always are, girl. Like when you're dating somebody and you're just like, and then afterwards. Mm. Oh yeah. So March 15th, 2010, he's just like, oh, treat your god damn it. Just to make you sure, just to make sure that you see the validity of this. Okay. So bam. You guys probably like, oh, we get it, girl. But like I need you to know. Okay. I need you to know. All right. So yeah, treat your girl right or somebody else will. Why I don't want somebody to please take I don't want yeah, he had really very bad writing and stuff like that. But I was working with him and then I was just like, yo, like, why don't you go back to school? I was the one that was definitely supporting him. He was living my anyway. That's why it's so crazy. I'm just like, dude, like there's no reason for you to have done this to me because nobody. I had y'all fucking back. So this is crazy. So it's like treat your girl right or somebody else will. Well, I don't want somebody to please take me back and I can show that I can. I'm not talking about moving in. We can start off from step one. We live in our own place and just see each other, then move from there. Can you write back? I know I fucked up bad, but I will take my meds and take care of you so much better. Please don't leave my life. I thought I was the man, but I'm not. I lost what I want the most. Or can we just talk about writing each other? I want to come back. Please give me a second chance. I will show that I can, and I did change. I'm hoping with all my heart you can see I tell the truth, go to church, and spend more time with my dad. I go to rehab to show I'm not doing drugs no more. This is like, I don't need these feelings, bro. I need to, like, yo, like, this should have been something where it was just like a solid that would actually have been redeemable was like giving me first my restitution, my money, letting me know exactly like what the fuck is going on because this treatment, this would have actually been redeemable, not redeemable for like, oh, you would never, no one will be forgiven for this. But you could have actually shown a part where it's just like a redeemable character about you by like, fucking stepping up, giving me the answers and also giving me my motherfucking money and just showing restitution. But no, it's just people just rather chose to go ape shit and be really fucking nasty and vile, and then have the nerve to try to tell me, "Oh, keep working for the things that are actually supposed to be yours." That we were delaying on purpose and probably still are delaying because we are so obsessed with you. We are victims to our own fucking to our own like we are victims to our own fucking weakness. Like you're trying to call me weak, but it's like you guys are weak. In fact, that's a future video idea I wanted to do with different type of people because there are different types of people and different types of personalities that are watching me without my permission. So I wanted to make respective videos about the characteristics of these people and why they would watch me because it's insane. It's really fucking insane. All right, it's 1:37 right now, July 2nd, and I'm gonna go. Gonna take a nap. All right, well, if anybody needs anything else, then I will definitely have it in a video later, but like not later tomorrow or later today, but just later. And yeah, in the meantime, yeah, I'm just gonna like kind of sign off. Did you want to know things about like Danielle too? Because I'm telling you, it's really crazy and out of pocket about, especially the situation about like Venmo. Like, if there were ever a moment where wanted to like have give that person money, I would give that person like $50, and they would give me like 25 or $10. And that's what I was saying before about like being the person to not count favors unless obviously if somebody's trying to like like call you something that you're not, but you kind of feel energetically where you're just giving too much. Let's see. Yeah, I have some math apps on here. I'm in math class. This is whatever. So after this woman slept with my ex-boyfriend, ex-fiance back then, um, behind my back. This woman was turning like 30, and she was down south when she had moved. So yeah, after she had did that, she moved down south where she can, be close but still be away. Um, and I didn't know anything. I didn't know about what was going on then. But I was the one that wanted to put together a moment where she didn't feel alone. So I'm just like, hey ladies. I mean, well, she had like some family down there too. So she was just gonna like celebrate with them. And but I was just like, hey, look, like, I'm always a fully supporting you kind of person. So I'm like, I did like a group chat and I'm like, hey ladies, I'd like to invite you to come with me to celebrate, you know, her 30th birthday. Her 30th birthday. I'll be renting a car. Obviously, this stuff was what my money. I have a house. I'm renting a car, and hold on. I'll be renting a car. Date TBD. So if you ladies want to come, invite more people. Let me know, because I'm just like, look, all you have to do is just provide gas. Like at least once, just provide gas. But I don't mind like just doing it. Like that's it's the goal. Like I wanted to really like do something supportive. So it's just like, yeah, girl, keep me posted. Basically, they flaked. They flaked. So, um, yeah, it's like the car would be rented, and I asked that you ladies chip in for gas. That's all. Yeah, the car would be rented, and I asked that you ladies chip in for gas. That's all. Also, if you think our cousin or someone would like to come, let me know. Um, oh yeah, I put like my account will be down a bit because like I just need to kind of just like focus on me. And I was just like, oh, okay, yeah. Like, side note, I hope somebody had like so and so had a nice birthday. And it just went quiet, bro. It's just like, hey, girls, your week's away. So do I have a confirmation? And that was like really awkward. So I just ended up catching so I ended up just catching a plane there and just like full support. And it's weird because like she didn't. That's when she had made a post. Again, do you? That's really sad. When the only time when you actually want to, I guess, cheer me on is, or like, congratulate me or anything like that, is to throw it in somebody else's face because they didn't step up. So she had made like this paragraph, and it was just like something about like, oh, sometimes I forget. That's what she's saying. She was saying like sometimes she forgets about how good of a friend that I am, and she had posted it, and it was just like, well, I don't know, I don't see how, but okay. But I liked it, just to like in support, like okay. But it was really to just show the other people who flaked, who didn't come, her own flesh and blood. And yeah, they were just like, no. And I'm like, it's gas. Literally, there's nothing else. Like gas. Like you could have just don't. You could have just gave me a 20, and I would have been okay with that. But they were just like, whatever, whatever. But and it wasn't like, they had like any type of conflictions or anything like that, because they said like, yeah, like they were down, and it was kind of awkward because like they had posted something around that same time where they were free. Oy. But so that's why she did that post to get at them. But I was thinking that this was something that was very sincere and genuine towards me, and I was like, yeah, wow. Hindsight is 2020. And again, that's just something for some of you guys to kind of look out for. Because bro, bro hum. I just noticed that things really took a turn once I had, my YouTube channel, and somehow, obviously when I had my YouTube channel, around that time I was already being filmed and surveilled and broadcast throughout the world. And one of my former followers to my YouTube channel, was copying and had access to my content. So if I wanted to post a video, they would post a video like before me. And if I wanted to say or do something, like they would triangulate that information and try to be like really, or like any kind of video that I had prior, any kind of video that I had already posted, they would make a very like, obviously like a negative criticism about it. It didn't matter. I still kept pushing on. I still kept pushing on. And so I reached out to that person, and I got ignored. Then they were on like a streaming service, and I had, contacted them that way, and they was just like, they made a passive triangulating comment. And no, I mean a passive comment that was negative, and then like they ended the streaming thing. And I was like, okay, well, I just went about my way, just continued doing my own thing. It wasn't until like the stuff just kept escalating, and I'm just like, why am I getting this flat? I'm literally cool with everybody, or at least so I thought. And I just didn't like it anymore. So I posted it publicly. I'm like, look, like, you're obviously you're not only copying, but you're criticizing me. And I don't like that. So like what's good? Like you seem like a vampire and I want to know what's up. And so they were denying it, and then they were also trying to deny it with saying that they were denying it with facts. But then I had caught them with those lies because I was like, okay, well then explain this. They were just like, explain this. And then I was like, explain this because obviously you're lying because you needed to wait for a while in order to bring this information about. Like I think I have put a video out where we're just talking about this, that, here, and the third, these points out, like the holes in the conversation, and the proof. And then on top of that, like if not, I can definitely go into it. In fact, I will be going into it later on. But it's from there, a lot of the people within my community decided to just ally with this person who didn't have a YouTube channel to my knowledge. And I was just putting this person on to like on my social media, just like, oh, like this is my close friend and this, that, here, and the third. And I had actually on my Instagram, I had placed, that I was visiting them at their place in Georgia. So it's really creepy and crazy during like if you look at the timeline, the dates where I posted, the picture with that person and the video content of me, and they had like a live laugh loud kind of board, and it looks really like generic kind of home. Like that's their place. I wasn't living with them. I was just visiting them for the holidays because obviously I don't really hang out with my family up here. So I wanted to kind of spend time with them because I just thought that was like, the nice thing to do. Like, I mean, you call me sister, so I was just like, and you invited me before, so I was like, yeah, sure, like why not? So it's so weird now. And so weird by like uncomfortable. And so weird by like there's nothing you can say that's going to make me think that we're going to be good again because I don't ever want to have a relationship with you ever. Like there's nothing that will connect us, and I'm very 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 fucking happy about that. We don't there's nothing where I have to see your face every fucking day in my life. It's bad enough that you're getting paid off of my fucking abuse, which I'm looking forward to remedying um, accordingly to my intentions, since the government is uh is cashing this in. It's gonna just gotta act accordingly to the situation. It's all about time, space, and opportunity. I When I went into court, when I showed you that video, when I went to court, I wasn't expecting that person to actually be there. I really wasn't because the prosecutor, the person who I was like, speaking with, she said that she had jury duty. So she's just like, oh well, if you ask them to reschedule, then they can do that. So I went there, you know, unbeknownst to me, I thought that basically nobody was gonna be there and they were just gonna reschedule. So I went there, told the judge like, okay, well, hey, look, like we need to reschedule. And he was just like, I have it recorded where he was just like, "Oh no, well, I didn't know that it was supposed to be rescheduled or something like that." Like I knew that the prosecutor was going to be here. Mhm. What day was it? June 13th. Yeah.
Matter of State versus Daniel Saunders. That's 2023. Matter of State versus Daniel Saunders. That's 2023. 793. That's 2022. Council Europeans.
Okay, let's just because it's 7 minutes long.
Hey, Judge, to find the edges of counsel. It is on terms of the record. This Bryant had asked for this case to be adjourned. While I do not believe in the second trial, and I also believe that counsel needs to step. I'm sorry. Well, Your Honor.
I had it hidden because we weren't supposed to. So sorry about that.
Scheduled for trial. This just to be able to never provide anything with discovery was to get prosecutor before we began. We prepared we could be highly prepared if the complainant desires adjournment. I don't think it was listed for trial either. It wasn't listed for trial. My last order, and I don't know if somebody heard it when I was off one day or not, but there's no order on here. Last order is from me scheduling for pre-trial 418, so I'm not even sure how it's on my list. I always do a trial order, as you know, Mr. Dunbar. Very good, Your Honor. I am surprised that it's on the list. So to that extent, has discovery been provided to the bill offer? It has, Your Honor.
Provided the material that Mr.
You just acknowledged it.
Yeah, he asked me if I wanted to push his trial, and I said that I did. And then I spoke with Christina Bryant, and she said that she's handling the case, but that she's going to be out of the office.
Yeah, I don't know how it even got on for tonight, because Ms. Bryant is going to be away, and this is her trial session. So it should have never been on this tonight anyway. So it's got to be on for trial. I don't know how it got here. It's not any order indicated. Did you consider it for another judge on another occasion?
No, that's what we do. Like via the online.
April 28th, April 18th?
Yeah.
I don't even have the order of April 18th showing what I did or did not do.
Just missing information and stuff like that.
I felt that at that time this matter is ripe for mediation.
Attempted murder and all this stuff.
Rejected that.
Yes, I rejected that.
It can't be rejected. This Congress, the state's position. I mean, it's going to be a while before I can put it back on the trial list anyway.
Judge, again, I don't think this was in trial stands for tonight. I just know that this file did ask for it to be adjourned.
I am going to send it to mediation first. If mediation doesn't work, it's going to come back to trial. Thank you.
Yeah.
I can't be mediated. Mediator's going to reach out to each of you.
Disgusted. All the shit that I've been through. Disgusted. And they want to say mediate? No. No. That never will be a day that I will find these people somebody worthwhile to sit down and have a healthy conversation with. So no, I want this shit to go trial. I want them to be sued. I want them to be jailed. I want worse for them, but definitely jail, prison. There's a lot of criminal shit that had happened and disgusting stuff that had happened, violating inhumane things that had happened to me. Fuck yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, from YouTube, from that little incident with YouTube with one of the more higher up influencers, someone who's affiliated with the higher influencers, and also has connections with other people. Because with YouTube, it has that whole thing where you can start off as a YouTube influencer, and then it was like we were kind of going into that introduction of being a YouTuber, and then people being from a YouTuber into the movies, and then from the movies a musician. So it was very intermingling. Across, you were able to go across other platforms and other entertainment careers very easily, more easier. And with that, you were able to make more connections. So the fact that the person who I was, addressing was affiliated with people who were across different platforms. From there, the shit really just kind of blew into proportion where a lot of people were trying to like gang up on me in regards to me standing up for myself. And then they try to minimize me and try to humble me and try to also silence me and cancel me. It was really disgusting because these people were watching me from cameras, watching me and trying to dictate exactly how I should live my life and what I should do, and also trying to make my life worse. Now, I'm not trying to go after them, but I definitely want to knock the head off the snakes who orchestrated this shit because they're the ones that who are literally were running the whole thing. So, yes, that is my spiel. Oh, I wanted to say that the one again, the person who I was like addressing, one of the presidents, President Obama, was following them too. So it was just like again, influential people, rappers, and things of that nature, definitely. But I would say this, like it's not like it's something random, like, oh, I was just addressing like so and so. At that time, that person didn't have as at that time, which was like really like, you know, a relative time. That person was my follower, and that person was just like, that person was like applying to like a small behind gift card contest at the time, and then all of a sudden like they blew up, and I was very happy for them. Like I didn't have any type of like beef or animosity or hostility with anybody. So when people said I was sensitive, it was just like I was more of that like sad sensitive because I was very like where it was like I would catch on to your feelings, and people knew how to really like play the role of me feeling like really bad for them. It's oh my god, the manipulation was wild and crazy. It's insane. It's insane. Looking at things now, like 20, like in hindsight, it's just, bro. Okay, I kept saying I gotta go. But I want to go. So I want to go. I want to lay down, and I have things to do. But yeah, here we are. The material is definitely, I have it and I will put it out there, and I will definitely be more cohesive and, just properly streamlined again with content and things of that nature. So I will see you guys later. All right. Bye.